Can you hear me okay? Oh, shit. I knew there'd be something I'd forget. Just while... I knew there was something I would forget. I got up earlier to go do it, and then I forgot to do it, but I've got my tape. Oh, no, I don't want that kicking in. I am just finishing setting up while we wait for a few people to join. So, sorry, I'm sat down now. I'm going to work with hard gel today, but so I have my pots so big and disgustingly dirty because I use them all the freaking time. So while we wait for some people to join, I have something that I have to show you because they're just so pretty and you need to see. So I'm going to swatch these while we wait for others because, like, oh my God. But when I say I swatch them, I'm literally just going to pop them on a piece of kitchen towel because, yeah. So I'm going to, no, my phone is doing something. Oh, yeah. So, where's my mama? See, that's how organised I am. So, you can't see them. Hi, Lisa. And hi, everybody else that has said that I've been ignoring while I've been setting up. And I've got... Look at the pretty. Hi, the other Lisa. So that one was Venus. I'm literally just popping them like this. Just purely while we wait for some people. And this one is Saturn. I'm gonna leave that there. I know they're so sparkly. I'm obsessed with glitter. I've decided that that's why I've been down. No glitter in my life. Hi, Sally. And this one is Pluto. Just two more and I'm going to get the hard gel out. But I just had to show you guys these. That is Neptune. I know they are so beautiful and so packed full. It just like, oh yeah, that's a boring ass pot of glitter. No, it's not. And this one is Mercury. Hi, TJ. So that's them popped. They are so pretty. But I'm not actually here. Hi, Leanne. I'm not actually here to play with acrylic today. I'm here to play with gel. So I'm going to put them away. Look at the sparkles. But yeah, before I get sidetracked, playing with the sparkles. So we're going to move that away. And what I've done is I've set up... Thank you. Yes, I just thought I'd pop them live for people to see because they were so fit. Right, So I've got my... Hi, Karen. Look at the pretties. Kimberly, like, that is so totally you. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I have sort of cracked on because I've got quite a bit that I'm planning to do today. So I thought I would just... Oh, you can watch them back. You've already seen them, Missy. Right, so first things first is my Super Clear, and that's the one I'm every Friday during this lockdown, which by the look of it and the news today, there's going to be a few Fridays. I'm going to do hard gel. So I'm going to work with the Super Clear today because I want to start at the beginning sort of thing. If they are not online at the moment, but if any of you want them before they go live, just message me and I can ship them before they go online. That's no problem. So, it's all, yeah, we're going nowhere and we're going nowhere slowly. So, I have my little training finger here because I figured it doesn't work the same showing you how to do stuff on a tape as opposed to actually working with a person. So I'm gonna sculpt out on my training dolly. Now I'm gonna use my sculpt as opposed to my forms because why not? Now, a lot of people say about the forms not sticking. For me personally, I like a solid connection, so I just take a piece of my microfoam tape that I use for lashes and I just pop it around my finger, and that's how I use it. So I've got my forms. Now obviously when you are fitting forms to a tape to a dolly compared to a person, it is slightly different, but you get the logic. Yeah, it's the same thing. I usually use micro pore tape as opposed to my expensive ass microfoam tape, but the dear daughter was doing winged liners and has took my tape, and then she's gone to her dad's and I have no idea where it is. So I have all the training fingers that I sell take a size 7, so I already have a tape sat in there in the nail bed, and I'm just coming in and I'm just going to make sure that that can go up and under so that I can get a really nice connection with my form. Now I'm going to show it from this side. Now, my form is kicking up, as you can see, but that's because of the shape I'm going to do. I don't want that free edge super thick, so by kicking up my form a little bit, it'll allow me to sculpt this bit without super thickness here, if that makes sense. So, now, my poor little nail plate is not prepped at all, because I've literally just shoved it on. So I'm just going to grab my e-file, and even though I have attached the form, I'm just going to come in and prep the tape. Lisa Palmer is here. I'm not sure if I've seen Lisa Marie. So I'm just coming in and I'm not fully prepping this tape because it is not a real person. But it's not far off. I'm just wanting to make sure I've got a surface for my gel to stick to. She's there. Right. I have a million and one things beside me, but never the one thing I need. So I can come in and I can dust that off pretty easily, even with that form attached, because nobody cares that I've got a grubby desk, right? Because it's disgusting. Right, so that is all nice and prepped. Now I will come in with, my hand hurts, my bonder. Can everybody see okay? Or do we want to move in a little bit? Because I kind of work at a little bit of an angle. So I am coming in with my bonder and I'm just going to use that just on the nail plate. Obviously, if you work with tips, you can still tip as normal. So that's no, never mind. So I have got my clear. And I've got my wonderful brush that's disgusting because I've been using it for so freaking long. And it is just a nice flat. It's had a bit of a clean because I was using glitter in it. Look at the state of that. That's disgusting. Right. So a few people over the last few days have asked me about base coat. This is a hard gel. It's a hybrid, so it's really, really strong, but it is a hard gel, which means it is file off. I've seen quite a lot of people asking. Now, the difference between a builder gel and a hard gel is its removal. It's not its application and it's not its use. It is its removal. So a hard gel means that you can soak it in acetone until the cows come home. It's not moving, people. Which is why I kind of love it, because as a tech, we have our hands in and out of acetone and chemicals, and this shit don't go nowhere. So this is file off only. And with that, now that I've bonded, I'm going to take just a small amount on my brush, something to note, and I'm going to do what's called a scrub layer. So I'm going to put it down and I'm going to rub it in to that natural nail plate. Right, now obviously, as this polymerizes in the lamp, it creates a heat reaction. So if you work too thickly, it builds up. So this scrub layer actually helps. No base coat needed. It's its own base coat. So, sorry, notifications are going off. So I haven't touched any of that sidewall or cuticle area, and I've literally just put it in and scrubbed it. I haven't even bothered doing the free edge because there is no heat build up possibly there. So I've just applied that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cure that in my lamp. Now I'm only going to do 30 seconds because at the end of the day, I don't have to worry about product exposure or anything like this, because as much as, you know, I love my hand, it's not a tragedy because obviously she's not real. So yeah, obviously normally 60 seconds, but other than that, I'm just going ahead for 30, purely because you don't want to sit and listen to me rabbiting on. So, we've already got that, which means that when we actually come to build it now, we've already got a layer of protection on that nail plate. We know that that's touching the nail plate is fully cured. Now, even if you use the Dragon or the Pegasus, I still build my clear base, because I wouldn't come in with a colour, acrylic, on a nail without a clear base. So why would we with gel? So now this is the bit that a lot of people struggle with. We've took a nice, good, ample size bead, and now we're touching the thing we're going to keep as brush there. So even though it looks like I'm lifting my brush off, my brush is still in that gel. So what we're going to do is we're going to wiggle it about. I'm not going to build a massive long extension. I'm just going to take it out a little bit. So all I'm really doing at the moment is building that free edge. Now once you've got it in shape, the up and down, even though it looks like I'm lifting off, it's not actually coming off. And you see, we've got a nice, even, smooth coating. Let me turn it from this side. And that is our clear base. So, like you would if you were sculpting a clear base on a person, we've now got a clear base. So, some people, when they're building it, I wish I could go live and have actual notifications turned off on my phone. So now that we've got this clear base, we decide what we're doing with it. So if you was coming in with a cover colour to build a smile line, I'm going to do smile lines next week. But now I've got that, see, look, it's even setting off that my free edge will move. Just want a tiny little bit there, because obviously my camera is in front of me as opposed to anything else in front of me. Right, so that's disgusting. Right, from this step we can go ahead and we can apply more gel and build as shape and as apex. That's great, that's no trouble. But what if we didn't? Right, because at the end of the day, a lot of people think gel means you build the nail, you use gel polish, you're done. What if we didn't? Now, the only loose glitters I have at home is just one sneaky pack that didn't get moved to the training centre. So I'm afraid I'm working with pinks and purples and that's all I've got. So, yeah, I'm feeling we'll go this one. So I'm going to go a nice light pink and purple. So while I'm doing one, I might as well do it. So I'm going to ombre these because why not? So I've got my clear base. This is all set. So I'm going to take my pink and I'm going to paint directly onto that hard gel. Now, if this is not as neat as me in person, I do apologise, but I am painting through the camera, so to speak, as opposed to painting. Do you know what, Kim? I really don't. Because I love it, I actually took it to the training centre. I just, yeah, gutted. So, yeah, I am going up because I want my one-stroke paints. Now, this has gone onto the form here, but I'm really not fussed because the form's going to come out. So I'm going to grab my ombre brush, which I lost my lid for many, many moons ago. But it's here and it works. So I'm going to blend these together. I'm going to clean off my brush. And it's not perfect, but it'll do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set that for 30 seconds. Those that are working along with me, are you keeping up? Do you need me to slow down or for you to take a break or anything like that? I don't know who's working, who isn't. It's like if I'm going too fast or you have a question, I can actually see all my comments. because, like I say, I'm working literally through my camera. So I've gone ahead and I've pretended that that's fully cured, even though it's only 30 seconds. I'm going to... I know it sounds daft. I don't want to take all evening, because I could sit and work all evening on live and not be bothered. I could just sort of like hook it up and let you watch my playtime all the time. But I'm just very aware I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys. Right. So I'm coming in with my second layer now. I put my brush somewhere. And I'm going to give that a nice good blend again. It is available online, yes, honey. Obviously online we go your speed and I watch you work and everything, so there is a lot more than... Oh my God, a bloody hair. The devil's minion. I have a hair. I'm so sad. Haha, I got it. Yes, if there is more things you want to learn and you want to do it one-to-one or for an actual conversion course or anything like that, these are available. So please just pop me a message and we can sort it out. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead now and cure that, because the reason I've sandwiched this in between the layers of gel just while this is cooking is if you built the whole nail and then gelled over the top, you're still going to paint it on top of that. So when you go to, if there's any like little lumps or bumps that you want to refine or anything, you can't, because that's your finished design. Whereas this is actually in the design. So it is pretty much like doing an acrylic design, but with gel. There is one next Thursday evening. We are doing hard gel in a private call. So if next Thursday works, or we can do a separate one, that is no trouble. Right, so I'm taking I'll take the top of my glitter. This is just disgusting, but it works. Right, I'm going to take a little bit of this art gel that I have, that at some point I will get round to putting online. Right, now this has a multitude of uses, and this is the glitter I'm going to use, because I don't have any at home, because on my... I'm not saying this isn't good, this is absolutely stunning. This is absolutely stunning. But all the stuff I use regularly is at the training centre. So, yeah. Right, so I've took a little bit of the art gel and I am going to mix it in with this. Now, I don't want loads of glitter or loads of gel. So I have just mixed it in. And waste not, want not, I want that. So I'm going to use my ombre brush because it's feathered, and it's going to give me a nice, simple application for where I actually want my bits. So this is kind of, if you think about it, this is kind of like when you pick up your glitter in clear acrylic. So if you pick it up in clear, you can sometimes have too much, not enough. You can do it like that. Whereas if you pre-mix it on your palette, you can just get a really nice covering. And I want that daisy, but I want it just so I want it. And the joyful thing about gel is quite an underrated product, is if you feel like with acrylic you don't have the time to work and to faff about and put it where you want it, gel gives you an unlimited time to play, which is kind of cool, really. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set that. Now, obviously, you wouldn't necessarily set it between each finger. I'm just going ahead. Yeah, my palette is disgusting. I'm going ahead and setting it because I'm obviously working on just the one. But if you're doing a whole hand while you're working on the second hand, you can be setting it. So it isn't any longer. And at least, unlike with the acrylic, when you put it in the lamp and it's set, it's set. So, yeah. So, we've done our little design. We've done a nice simple little ombre. We've done a little bit of glitter. And because we put it into that, do you see how nicely and flat that has actually laid down? There's no massively up bits. Now that obviously works for gel polish as well. So if you are working with chunkier glitter, you can mix on your palette and you can put it straight in. Right, now the capping part works the same way as building your base. Now, I'm going to try and slow down because I work a little quickly with this. It's not because I mean to. It's just... So I've rolled it all on and I'm not touching. I'm not lifting it off. I'm just going to move that because my gel is still in contact at all times with my brush. Now, if you do keep lifting it off and pressing in and lifting it off and pressing in, you're gonna get air bubbles. Now, air bubbles not only don't look overly nice when you're working for photos, an air bubble means it is literally a pocket of air, which means it's not product, and that is a weakness. So I think, oh no, look, we can turn it and we can, the reason I go up and down is because it allows me to see the side profile as well. It makes sure it's evenly distributed. So even though I'm doing a lot of wiggling, because my brush is in that gel, it's not creating the bubbles. So if we see, there's no bubbles in there. Now, if I was to get my brush and push in and pull out and push in and pull out, that's going to create bubbles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to set that for 60 seconds now, because I want to actually cleanse that and file it. So I want to put it away. I don't actually know what time I'm on. Oh, that's not too bad. I tend to wipe my brush, just the excess, off. And then we can put the lid on. And look, I've trapped that hair there. I am going to make it go back into place. No, it's not. It's been a dick. Oh, right. I've got my little finishing wipe and I use it in a pump because I am a clumsy bitch and I will spill it. Not because I mean to, but because I can't help myself. Right, so before I take the foam off or anything like that, I'm going to fully cleanse it. Because touching product is not good. Right, so I'm gonna just take all that. These little nice tips don't go in half as far as the big ones that I supply. It just looks nicer for the camera. So, like with as acrylic, we're going to do sidewall. Sidewall. I'm going to push that up a bit. Then we're going to do our free edge. And then we're going to do one grit. The whole nail. And you see, like when you do an acrylic design, once you've filed and you're just top coating it, that is what your design is. You're not going to add any extra bulk. Whereas like when you build a set of nails and then you go in and gel polish and then do the design over the gel, you can add bulk to it just by gelling it because it's 2 coats. I mean, just think that gel polish design was 2 coats of ombre, then it was a glitter coat, then you need to put something over the glitter coat to protect it. It's all adding to the bulk of your nail. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. And we're going to check, and it's nice and thin, but it's nice and solid as well. But next time I'm going to put a longer tip in so that I can actually file it. Oh, where's my top coat? So when my top coat's not completely empty, they are Sky. These are what I posted earlier on the pastel picture. Oh, hi, Kylie. So, do we see we've got no air bubbles in there? Kerry, it's just something quick showing off. Not showing off, but showing off the way to do it sort of thing. I'm just going to go ahead and cue with that. So, where's my tips? You see, I normally stick one of them in. It is pretty. It is pretty. I've not added no bling or nothing like that because obviously I was just doing a simple design. Why does 60 seconds take an eternity? Here we go, it's all top coated. Look at the state of my hands, it's stained. Oh, and very dry. So it's not massively thick. We do, it will be posted this evening. So Darren will be online later. Not that we don't give him enough to do. He will be online later and he will be counting out who's done what and adding it to a tally chart. Yes. Kimberly, it is you that's posting it this week, aren't you, love? Right. So this time I'm going to do one more quick one and then I'm going to leave you guys in peace. When I find my clue, how can I not know where anything is? I swear to God. What did I glue last? Oh, it's done. So, I've got these, and these are really quite nice for a funky design. That's a nice glass tip, or for those that don't sculpt, I thought I'd do both. So then you're not trying to feel like you have to do. Yes, Sky, that's no problem. So I am just it's no problem. And if you're not a gel tech or you're not an acrylic tech and you want to do it in another, it's your interpretation of the design. It doesn't have to be identical. It doesn't have to be in matching colours. It's just something to keep us all sane and not going crazy. So, yeah. So I've glued my tip and I'm just gonna glue myself to the doll too. I'm just gonna snip it down. Instantly prepped, sculpted clear base. It's like, who doesn't love? Now, acrylic will automatically stick to a plastic tip. Hard gel won't, like gel polish won't. If you don't prep them nail tips, they're just going to peel straight off. I have glued that down and now I can't get to it. So, right. Sticky. So, with this having a tip on, unlike with a sculpting form. Oh, that's really amazing, honey. I'm glad she actually let you get it done. I'm going to put my scrub layer. I haven't primed because, you know, tip. It's not a tragedy. So I am doing, because it's a tip, I'm doing my scrub layer all the way down because it's not a problem. And that is all nice. And it's not massively thick. If you want to ever go in and add another bead, you can. But I'm just going to go ahead and set that. Oh, what colour, what colour, what colour? Oh, I've still got all the ones from last night out. That's really good. The bubble issue is literally the brush going up and down in your product. I mean, your gel does need stirring every so often, which does create bubbles. But as you work them, you will pop them as long as you keep attached. So I've got a nice clear base. And I'm going to come in with plum gloss. I love it, and I'm going to drip if I don't move it. So I'm going to go ahead and cure that. So you can do whatever you would normally do for your design. Or do I have any more purples? Ooh. No, I think I like that one. Best of a bad bunch. Where's my... I'll take that. And I'm gonna mix that up. It looks goopy, but it won't. Now, where did I put my bloody gel? There it is. So next week, I'm going to do smile lines with it. But the reason I've not done it today is because we've covered like the capping and the clear base. And that's what is the most important. My glue tack is melting on my lamp. What the fuck? Okay, I think that's overheating. Right. I've only part set that, but it's fine. Hi, Lisa. Right, so I'ma take this. Now, the reason I've mixed more glitter in this time is because I wanted more of a solid colour at the base of the nail. And I wanted it to be quite a lot. Oh, I got something in my eye. But the reason I have put a coat down is so that wherever there is a gap in the glitter, I want that butterfly, there is a nice deep colour underneath it. But we can make a little ombre brush, because it's so soft and designed for moving gel and pieces. It ombres glitter too really nicely. And it's like so, but you see that's still super thin, and it's not really stuck up. Butterflies are one of them horrible little creatures that are always going to stand up. But I'm going to go ahead and set that. Now, I don't tend, if I'm honest, to cleanse between each layer. It allows each part of the gel to stick to the next part of the gel. So, but I do want to clean one of them for after I've capped. Yes, so next week I'm going to do smile lines and things like that, but I'm going to do it in gel, if that's okay. That's so pretty. So like before, we're going to take a decent sized bead. Now, I know it might seem a lot, but there is a lot of nail. And if you consider that if you pick up a bead of clear acrylic, you're not normally going to cap it in one go. Most people do at least 1 to 2 beads. So I'm getting it and I'm working it so that it's got a nice circular part before I bump it up to that cuticle area. Now this is nice and firm and it stays in place, so that as I turn it to make sure each of my side walls are good, it's not running down that other side wall. My brain just farted and I couldn't remember what I was saying then. So now I'm going to go along the top, because like with my acrylic, I hate filing. So anything I can do so that I'm not having to file it, I'm gonna do. But you see, that has not run. It is still that nice, neat edge. It's not, that's my glue from where I stuck it. It's staying in place where I put it. And I could leave it there and I could, you know. You see, it's nice that you need it, for me personally, I need a gel that's going to be movable and workable. But once you've got it where you've got it, it self-levels itself out. Because that, it's just like then effortless. It's like, I so don't like working. Lazy party of me. Oh, I love watching your crystal placements. I love carver beads, but I'm like, I hate them little fuckers. Oh, I like acrylic marbling. I like marbling gel. But I like it in hard gel because I like to file. I like it when I can just refine my shape afterwards. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna cap it. So I am just literally waiting for it to cure. I'm not just sat here for no purpose. Right, so we've stuck a little dildo on the thing, and I am coming in and I am making sure that all that is removed. And look at how miserable and matte it's gone. Right, so like always, I'm going to do my sidewalls. And I'm going to make sure that that's there. Now, hard gel files a lot softer than acrylic does, so we don't need to come in with a juggernaut. It is a really nice soft file. So I'm just making sure my line of light is going to be nice and as such. Right. Oh, it's really nice for a smile line. So if you build a smile line, and then obviously you file it in like you would do acrylic, and then we can marble it into the free edge, into the French, little dab of glitter here and there, and then we go ahead and we cap it, and it's like, oh, fit party of one. Yes, so because I'm a perfectionist and I can see my smile line is marred by that cuticle area, I'm gonna go ahead, because I am so lazy, and I'm gonna make sure it's perfect. So we've not got massive thickness, but we do have something that is really, 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 really strong. So I don't know even if I have a buffing block. I do. And then we're going to dust it off. And I have a top gloss somewhere. I so need more. So there we have it. I'm trying to... It's so pretty. Obviously my shape and my structure are not perfect because I'm so used to using a person, but it's the basics of what you need. So yeah, it is so sexy. I love it. So I'm just going to wait for that to come out the lamp, because I think I hear a pitter-patter of little paws in the kitchen. And that was the first one. It's not a perfect ombre, but we was covering it up. Thank you, honey. So I think Sky is going to pop some acrylic colours live, so just because they don't always look identical in the thing. And if you would like any of these that aren't online yet, oh my god, I'm still mesmerised. Yeah, give us a message. These are the pops. 1 second. So it will, I'm going to do it like that. I will pop a link. They look even more beautiful like that, don't they? I'm sidetracked by sparkles. No, I'm going to stop. Yes, so if you would like them before they go online, please let me know. But you see, we have... I haven't bothered there, don't worry. Yeah, I'm trying to get the light to... So if we keep our brush on it, we can apply it, and it's just, you can see every speck of the glitter. It is so super clear and so super sparkly. So I have probably took enough of your life. So yeah, that's what I'm doing next week. That's the basic plan for the lives. We've got a swatch over the weekend for acrylic, so if there's anything specifically you want to see, please pop us a message, because if Sky doesn't have it, I can pop it with her. We've got crystal placement on Monday with Kimberly. We have acrylic marbling on Wednesday with Kerry, and then we have hard gel smile lines on Friday with me. So mwah, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yes, we will see you then, guys. I'm going to save this to the profile on the Facebook group, so if anybody would like to work back at their own speed, please do so. It's no problem. And if you have followed along, or you do in the future, and you want to post us some pictures, let's see what you've been up to. Bye.